From Maribel inviting Rimuru to the Council of the West, them deciding whether or not to let him in, to this guy trying to convince Hinata to test and if needed defeat Rimuru, this episode had a few things to go over. If you end up enjoying, like and subscribe. So why were they so on edge about letting Rimuru join? Why is the Eastern Empire such a problem that they even considered this, and why did this guy want Hinata specifically? Starting with why he was invited, we know it was because of Maribel. Like she said before, she wanted to use this as a chance to take Rimuru over with her greed. She knows he desires to form relationships with humans, so last episode she decided she would use this against him, since greed allows her to dominate people based on their desires. The Council of the West are her pawns, so this was all for this purpose, so she could do it safely. Now for why they were even considering letting him in. Other than that, normally they wouldn't let a monster country join them, but with the recent movement and army gathering of the Eastern Empire, they felt that not letting such a formidable country join them would be a waste. In the upcoming battle, having a demon lord who controls the storm dragon Veldora would be huge, since they believe the only reason the East hasn't attacked is because of him. A lot of them believe there wasn't much time before they came to attack them. As for why they were so worried about the East that the whole West had to band together is because of just how strong they truly are. They boast a military power that could destroy the entire West. With a population of 800 million, a true dragon, and their insanely advanced inventions, they could take over the entire West in one fell swoop if they didn't come together, especially since the East fights without declaring war and only accepts complete surrender. We've been warned about them since the beginning, seeing Blummin and Dwargon watching their movements. A lot of the council didn't want to let Rimuru in, but seeing the current strength of his nation, and with the worry of the East, they wanted to use him to protect themselves. I have to make it clear that the majority of them solely believe Rimuru is just using Veldora's influence and isn't strong himself. While most of them believe this, others brought up the fact that if that's the case, how did he tie Hinata? Even though she was in the room, they didn't believe it. The rumor that Hinata tied him works in two ways, since in all of history there has only been a few cases of a human defeating a demon lord, let alone an awakened one. Since they believe Hinata is strong, this gives him credibility, but at the same time makes them believe he can be defeated, especially by her if given another chance. They don't really have much to go off from, since Rimuru also has given every achievement away, so they genuinely think he's just weak, though at the same time find it weird that the raging storm dragon Veldora listens to him. At the end, they decided to let him in since all the Western nations needed to come together, deciding to see his true intentions. Hinata said this meeting was unproductive and nothing like Tempest's. Now for why this guy wanted Hinata to test Rimuru, while she was walking out complaining about the productiveness and purpose of the meeting, since they just invited her to see if Rimuru was good or not, rather than just asking her to deal with him if needed, the first Prince of Ingracia wanted her to test if Rimuru would truly listen to what they had to say, wanting her to serve as his personal guard since they can't have Rimuru going berserk. She wanted to know why he wanted her to, which we see was because of her strength and the rumor. She flat out said he's strong, and if they fought again, she couldn't guarantee that she would win. Also, they have a mutual non-aggression pact, saying she trusts him and giving them a warning to not anger him. Before leaving, she wondered if getting her to say this was a part of someone's plan. If you want to know what happened in the rest of the episode, before Rimuru and the others left to head out to the council, leaving Xian in charge, we got to see more of the dungeon where they were defeating all the challengers, becoming popular. This happiness didn't last long because they were scolded by both Freya and Shuna for playing around. I decided to just skim over this episode since not much happened, but if you enjoyed, like and subscribe.